Yo, what's up everyone? David here. Good morning. Today's a good day. Today's a good day. I'm still setting up everything. I'm a little last minute. I was hoping to go even earlier than an hour early, but here we are. Don't be shy, say hi. While I'm figuring out my settings here, please tell me if I need to adjust my audio. I would appreciate that. All right, here we go. Yes, sir. So, how are we doing? How are we feeling today? Ooh, Switch 2, Nintendo Direct, Switch 2, console reveal. Whew. Yeah. I think there's a lot of potential for today, y'all. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're an hour early. So, again, say hi. I'll have time to go over y'all's predictions for the show. I also made some sort of ghetto bingo card with a lot of hopes, of dreams, predictions. Yeah. For a lot of companies, not just Atlus too, so it should be fun. Matthew, Prince, Max, Secret Agent, Billy Thomas, David, Kebu, Adam. Welcome to the stream, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everyone being here. Billy Thomas, Keep TV, Cody Black, Gwen Vamo, welcome to the stream. Hype level 10 out of 10 if I'm being honest, because man oh man, I was not able to stream last week Nintendo Direct. I knew Raida was gonna be there. It was there, so of course I missed out on that reveal, and that's a problem. That is a problem. I really wish I was able to give you my reactions, because regardless of me expecting Raida to show up last week, the showing was better than what I had in mind. So good stuff. But today, much more can happen. Because this is a big event. So I see y'all in the chat. Thank you for confirming that the audio is great. As always, when we sorry about that. I'm starting to be far away a little bit. Once we get closer to the main show, we'll do adjustments. That way you can hear the audio properly. What you're listening to in the background is Raido Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army soundtrack. So, today there's a lot of potential, and I want to go over my predictions for the show. So we're going to do that. The show starts in 56 minutes, in an hour. There's obviously a lot of Atlus stuff that could show up. Or not. There's a lot of talks, right? If you follow up with, if you keep up with the industry and what like journalists and insiders are saying about this event, it's that Nintendo for some reason didn't give dev kits for Switch 2 early, or at least that early, to that many third-party developers. Certain devs got it, like bigger devs got it, and those are the devs that are going to be there day one. So that's my understanding of the scenario. Give me 1 second. I just want to close the door when there's noises there. 1 second. All right. My bad, y'all. Just wanted to make sure that this was not going to take my concentration off you guys. So yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Regardless, what we're hoping for is Sega and Atlus. Sega and Atlus is probably one of the biggest supporter of Switch. Clearly one of the publisher and developer that if a developer is to get a Switch 2 dev kit early, it's Sega, right? Sega, Square Enix, Ubisoft, those are the big companies that I think can get one. So I think it's possible to expect and hope for something Sega Atlus. Now, we're still early. I'm going to hold on to my Atlus and Sega predictions for a little later. Of course, I made a video talking about that, which I'm sure some of y'all already saw. So let's talk about what else is on my bingo card, other publishers and everything. And I'm going to ask you guys, publisher by publisher, what you guys would like to see. So I am starting with Square Enix here, okay? So Square Enix, you guys have a delay with what I'm saying in the chat, so drop your predictions for what Square Enix could show today. And I'm going to go over mine as well. So, I have four predictions for Square Enix, okay? The first one is the one that I would like to see the most. I do think it's the least likely out of the bunch, though. And that would be, yes, some of y'all already are calling it out, Dragon Quest 12. Not too sure why it's unlikely, because Dragon Quest and Switch did great things. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D selling very well, especially in Japan. So Dragon Quest 12 would definitely be awesome. They revealed it a long ass time ago. They teased it a long time ago. They're still working on it. So yeah, I remember Yuji Horii last year saying that, hey, you know, they're still working on it and not giving that many details. So it would be a shocking reveal. It would be my most exciting reveal that they could show during this event. So we'll have to wait and see for Dragon Quest 12. Now, the most likely thing to show up, in my opinion, is ports for Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. Rebirth, maybe, definitely Remake. I think FF7 Remake is something that we can expect to show up today. If they do Remake, they're going to do Rebirth, and Square Enix has been very vocal about how they want to go multi-platform, especially with stuff like Final Fantasy, which should do better than it's actually doing sales-wise. So I expect both FF7 remakes to be on Switch 2 at some point. Definitely expecting the Remake to show up today. Maybe Rebirth. That would be awesome too, because I have yet to play Rebirth. So, speaking of Final Fantasy, I also see that in the chat, the long-rumored FF9 remake is something that we can certainly look forward to as well. Stuff happened last week with FF9 remake and everything, so I think this is also a safe bet. It would be weird to have both FF7 remake and FF9 remake. So, and I expect FF7 remake to be there, so I'm not too sure about that one. Okay? Final prediction for Square Enix is going to be a new Team Asano IP. Anything. New Octopath title, new project, something. People temporarily default. I don't know, but this is also a possibility in my opinion. So what do you guys expect for Square Enix? Let me look at the predictions here. Dragon Quest 12, FF7 Remake, Dragon Quest 12. Oh, FF Tactics is interesting. Hamada's saying that. FF Tactics, we don't really know the scope of that remake, so I don't know. Maybe. I'd love to see that for sure. That would be very exciting for me. FF9 Remake, FF7 Remake and Rebirth. Another Pixel Remaster? What do you mean by that, Pixel Remaster? Imagine if they do Chrono Trigger HD 2D. That would probably be one of the biggest things that they could do. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 4? That would be big as well. Not expecting that, though. FF10 Remake. I think there's a lot of games that they want to remake before they go to 10, which is still a game that aged really well, in my opinion. Bravely Default 3? Yeah, maybe. Any final predictions for Square Enix before we move on? There was an audio issue. FF9 Remake, something Romancing Saga. Okay, yeah, there was probably an issue with YouTube, I would think. So, is it still glitching right now, guys? For a second it did. I don't see any drops or anything on my hand, so it must be the YouTube stuff, you know. The World's End with You 3? Oh, interesting. FF7 Remake. I mean, the first game, well, the remake, I liked it quite a bit. Not enough to, like, prioritize Rebirth when it came out last year, because I was playing, like, a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I was playing Persona 3 Reload. I was looking forward to playing Unicorn Overlord. So I kind of put it on hold. But I have it. I do own a physical copy of Rebirth. And, yeah, I would like to play that for sure. So, am I a fan of Remake? I would say so. I think it looks cool. It sounds great. The combat is really fun, too. I like what they did with the combat. So, definitely a good game, but not, like, something that I would consider a 10 out of 10. Like, a lot of people are, right, for FF7 and FF7 Remake. Rockstar Games. My first prediction is going to be not GTA 6. So I've seen a lot of discussion online talking about Grand Theft Auto 6, and I can't really see it happening, y'all. I think as big as it would be, I don't think Rockstar needs the Switch 2 Direct, and Nintendo doesn't need GTA 6, so it doesn't necessarily make that much sense. I do think there is the potential for a Rockstar port. So as my man Phoenix Wright in the chat is saying, Red Dead Redemption 2 I think is a solid bet for sure. They ported Red Dead late in the Switch generation. Not sure how that did, but Red Dead 2, maybe. I don't know what else to predict for Rockstar, to be honest. Are they going to go back to something older? GTA 5. GTA 5, I think it's too late. I think it doesn't make that much sense with GTA 6 coming out later this year or like early 2026. So I don't really think it makes that much sense, if I'm being honest. Anything else for Rockstar, y'all? Just gonna finish eating this really quickly. Sorry about that. Bon matin, Lavi. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, the Ride Out soundtrack is really good. I like how they took the main team for the reveal trailer last week too. That was sick. Bully? Yeah, Bully would be dope. I see, this is one of the Rockstar reveals that they could do that would make me more excited. Bully is a game that I always thought looked interesting. Midnight Club, I guess, would be really cool too. Yeah, good pick. Max Payne, they're doing something with Max Payne at the moment, so maybe that happens. Yeah. Not much else for Rockstar on my end. Capcom, I am going to be an asshole, and I'm going to not predict anything but what I want to see, right? Which, what I want to see isn't as likely as a lot of other things that Capcom could do, but I don't care. I'm going for it. Ace Attorney 7. Ace Attorney 7 is by far, it's top 3 things that they could reveal today that would make me go crazy. I am a huge Ace Attorney fan. I am playing right now Miles Edgeworth, the Prosecutor's Gambit, the second investigations game, Prosecutor's Gambit, I think is the name. And that is officially the final Ace Attorney game. The only Ace Attorney game that I've not completed. I beat all the other games and spin-off included. So Ace Attorney 7, I would go crazy for that. I love to see my Ace Attorney fans in the chat here, but I think it's a good place to show it. Shout out to 7H1, welcome to the stream, mate. I think Ace Attorney 7 certainly makes sense for today's show. Capcom, for some reason, ported everything. They waited for a long time to show it. I don't know. I want to believe. Me too, Adam. Me too. I want to believe that they're going to do something with it. I really want to believe it. Yes, I want to believe. Other stuff. I mean, Devil May Cry 5, any Resident Evil modern titles could happen. The new Okami game, I think is a good prediction, 7H1. I think it's something that they can do for sure. The Xbox game that they did last year, which underperformed a little bit from my understanding, that's a possibility. Onimusha, the new title, is also a possibility. I expect Capcom to show up. Monster Hunter, maybe. That would be huge as well. So, Capcom is showing up. I expect Capcom to show up. Please, please, please show up with Ace Attorney 7. That would be crazy. Crazy. Mega Man, I know a lot of people would like that. Any other predictions in the chat? Beautiful Joe. Do they own the IP, or isn't that... I think it's a Capcom IP developed by Platinum, isn't it? Moondoggy, I'm confused a little bit. Monster Hunter, DMC6. Feels like something that would show up at a Sony event. I agree. Resident Evil 9 too, I don't think is something that they would show at a Nintendo event, but Ace Attorney 7, it would be. Of course, they could port, like, again, Resident Evil 2, 3, 4. That makes a lot of sense for them to port the remakes of these games, because everything Resident Evil is on Switch, but the remakes, except if you want to count, like, well, they're not remakes, but if you want to count RE7 and RE8, which they have cloud versions, but we're not counting that. Yeah. Let's do Nintendo. Let's do Nintendo first party. What are you guys' predictions for Nintendo? They have the rights to Beautiful Joe. Okay, that makes sense. So, for Nintendo, I am confused as to why I am bringing this up again today, because those two titles should have been ported to Nintendo Switch day one, or like extremely early. Those are the Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 ports that deserved multi-platform releases for Nintendo. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. I just want to play them. Are they likely to show up today? I would say no. I don't think so. I think they are HD remasters. If Zelda has a presence, it's going to be a new big-ass game or a remake of Ocarina of Time or something. Other than that, I don't know if we're going to get HD remasters. But man, oh man, I am craving Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. I really want to go back and play these games portably. I think what they could do is make them like up-res to 4K, 60 frames, both these games. That would be freaking sick. So this is my first thing that I would like to see, kind of predicting for Nintendo as well. Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War remake. This has been rumored and leaked for so long. Apparently it's been sitting on a shelf at Nintendo's HQ for years at this point. It's been ready to release for years. It's confusing what's going on with FE4 and the remake, so I want to see that. A new FE game is also possible, but when it comes to a new title, a new big title, something completely original from Nintendo that I would like to see is Monolith Soft's new IP. So Monolith Soft, they're the developers of Xenoblade. They worked on, well, they brought every Xenoblade title to Switch, the original one. So we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. We have Xeno 2, which was there right in the first year of the Switch. We have Xeno 3, which came out in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. The DLC for that as well, Torna. And we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which was ported last week or a few weeks ago to Switch 1, which cool. Every Xenoblade game is here. We know that they've been working on a new IP for years at this point, and I would love to see it today. And please be completely unique, completely original. I would love to see that. Okay? Something new for Zelda is obviously something that I would like to see again. An Ocarina of Time remake is something that people have been talking about for a long time. Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite games of all time. I grew up with that title. It's one of the reasons why I'm a gaming fan today. So clearly Ocarina of Time, a big remake would make me go crazy. Just a new Zelda title in general would be awesome. Even if it's just an early tease, I think it would be a good move for Nintendo to like, hey, here's the new Zelda title, you guys, be excited. It's gonna be fire, you know? An early trailer like they did with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you know? So what are your predictions for Nintendo? New Animal Crossing game, I think that would be a good move. Mario Odyssey 2, FE4 remake. The new Mario Kart, obviously I didn't mention it, but I think it's a fair bet to expect the new Mario Kart to show up today. 3D Mario, maybe a new 3D Mario, people talked about that. Ocarina of Time remake. Oh man, Golden Sun, that would be awesome for sure. We'll get to Atlus and Sega predictions in a second, y'all. Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 2. Come on, man. Majora Mask remake, P4G. Okay, we'll move on from Atlus and stuff. We'll talk about them in just a bit. Shouts to over 100 people watching with me today. Appreciate y'all being here. I know your favorite creator is probably streaming the show too, so I appreciate you guys being here with me. And you can count on me if Atlus shows up with something new. I want to talk Atlus, but let me put this on hold. We'll talk about Atlus in just a sec. Xenoblade 3, Xenosaga remake of some sort. Zelda has to be there. I think Zelda has to be there too, Adam. I agree. The Kid Icarus remaster that they talked about. Maybe Sakurai shows up with something for Smash. A new Star Fox, Arms 2. Hey, a new IP for Nintendo would be awesome. You know, they did that playtest thingy, online thing last year. So maybe something shows up with that. Are we done with Nintendo predictions? Because I'm going to move on to Konami if that's the case. Konami, Metal Gear, the remake, Metal Gear 3 Delta. I think that's a possible port to Switch for sure. A new Castlevania has been rumored for a long time. I think that's also a possibility. When it comes to Konami, I got what I wanted from them, which was the Suikoden ports. So at this point, I'm like, hey, if there's something that you guys want, that's what I'm hoping for. So those are my predictions for Konami. Level 5. I would love for Level 5 to show up. See, Level 5 is kind of like Konami. They're kind of they're a Nintendo partner, but they're kind of in that camp that maybe they didn't get the dev kit that early. Level 5 has a lot of games planned for Switch and Switch 2, so I am still, as always, hoping to see Deca Police, which was set to release in 2023, but was delayed to 2027. That's a true story. So, not too sure what's going on with this one, but Deca Police looks freaking awesome. Oh my god, yeah, sorry y'all, for Konami, Silent Hill makes a ton of sense. The new Silent Hill game or Silent Hill 2 remake makes a lot of sense. So again, Deca Police, I want to see that. And the one game that I think has a lot of chances to show up is Layton. The new Professor Layton game. If Level 5 shows up, I think this is what they're going to, put in the front row. The focus of a Level 5 reveal. I think that's a possibility. I would love to see that as well. I do like Professor Layton. I'm a casual fan. I played the first game. And I played Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. So I like these two games for sure. I want to go back and play Professor Layton 2 at some point. I'm a dumbass though. Those games are hard for me. Just saying, they're really rough sometimes. Next on the list is Sega, so we'll move on from that. I have a lot of things to say for Sega. Bandai, I think, is a company that, hey, come on, y'all. A console reveal presentation happens once in a decade. Do you really think I'm not going to be a dumbass with actual expectation? Come on! I have actual expectations for today's show. I do. And it's going to be fun. Bandai, the biggest thing that they can do, and the best thing that they can do for a lot of people, I think, is an Elden Ring port. As some of y'all are saying, Elden Ring would be the Skyrim moment. Having Elden Ring on Switch 2 would be like when we saw Skyrim on Switch 1 back in 2017. Elden Ring needs to happen. Not a reveal for me. I think it needs to happen. Very, very solid thing. Very solid thing to predict. Tekken 8 kind of leaked as well. It was I'm saying kind of leaked because we saw a retailer somewhere, I don't remember which retailer, saying they put up a placeholder on their site saying a Tekken 8 Switch 2 version. So take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean much. We saw that with Persona 3 Reload for Switch back in 2023, sorry, when P3RE was revealed. Some European site put up a Switch version of P3RE and nothing ever happened with that, so it was just a placeholder. Again, take that with a grain of salt, but think about it. Tekken 8 makes sense. And my final prediction of something that would make a lot of sense, Bandai generally likes to port some of their more popular titles to Switch. I think they're going to do that with Switch 2. And a recent title that did well for them is Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. I think that makes a lot of sense for Switch 2 as well, for sure. Elden Ring, Digimon Time Stranger, Street Fighter ports. Yeah, for Capcom, that's a good point. Street Fighter 6 is also something that they could do for sure. Kingsfield remake, new Bleach game. Oh, a Tales of Arise port, maybe? Or the next Tales of game? From what we've heard, the Switch is going to be like between a PS4 and a PS5 in terms of power, without considering that they have DLSS technology. I'm not a technical type of person, so I'd rather not talk about it too much since I don't know much about that stuff. If I talk about something, I generally have a little bit of knowledge for it, at least. So, yeah. Okay, so that's for Bandai. And before we go to Sega and Atlus, we have 30 minutes left. I want to go with Microsoft for the final publisher that I want to predict stuff for. If you have other publishers that you want me to talk about, we can do that for sure. Microsoft has been very clear that they want to put their games on other systems, and yes, that includes Nintendo. So on the Activision side of things, I think the most likely game to show up is Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, live service COD game. I think makes a lot of sense for Switch 2. I think this game should be there at launch. I think it would do very well for both Microsoft and Nintendo. Makes a lot of sense. One game that I would love to see is for Forza to show up. Forza Horizon 5 is on PlayStation 5, or it's about to release on PlayStation 5, and that is a very solid game. That is a game that I would love to play portably. So Forza Horizon 5, definitely a game that I would pick up on Switch 2, and I think it makes a lot of sense too. It's a popular Microsoft titles. We don't have a lot of very good racing games on Switch. That is one genre that is very lacking on Nintendo, so that would be really, really good. Starfield getting a port would be really cool as well. Not too sure if that's going to show up, but that would be awesome. And there also is a lot of rumors for an Oblivion remake. So the Elder Scrolls Oblivion getting remade in Unreal Engine 5. That would be freaking awesome to see as well on Switch 2. I would pick that up as well. Other stuff that could show up, the Master Chief Collection, Halo, I think has a lot of chances too. Hi-Fi Rush, I saw that in the chat. Makes sense to me. So yeah, interesting stuff can come out of Microsoft for this one for sure. What are you guys' predictions? Halo, maybe Starfield, Call of Duty, Forza Horizon 5, Hi-Fi Rush, Gears of War, a Gears of War collection of some sort. Yeah, makes sense. Mario skin in Warzone. I don't think Nintendo would authorize that, but yes, that would go hard. Yes, right next to like Nicki Minaj and all these other random characters that are playable, and Michael Myers in Warzone and stuff. That would be crazy. I can imagine like Mario jumping from a building in 360 no scope, Michael Myers in the head or something. Flight Simulator, man, that would be impressive on a portable devices. We'll get to Atlus and Sega predictions in a second, y'all. Starfield, yeah, Starfield makes a lot of sense. I agree. Avowed, yeah, Avowed, maybe smaller-ish type of title, not as big when it comes to the team who's making it though. Are we ready to talk Sega or Atlus? Or do you guys want me to talk about another publisher that I didn't mention? 7H1, Sony? Sony, I don't think Sony's ready to put their big titles on other platforms yet. What they are putting on other platforms is small stuff. The Hot Shots golf thing that they brought last week, Patapon, which those are good games. It's cool to see those being put on Switch 2. But their bigger stuff, Last of Us, the Real Horizon games, God of War, I wouldn't expect any of that for sure. So no Sony. Okay, we're ready to go to Sega and Atlus. Really, Heron? You don't think Sega's gonna show up with anything, or it's gonna be a snooze fest? Spike's Chunsoft, I think, is in that category of like a little too small to have a dev kit for launch. Gravity Rush, I don't want to create hopes and dreams. Gravity Rush, I think, is right there. Do they want to cross that line? There's a movie coming out. I think there's potential for Switch. I think it's right there on the line of, is Sega going to do it? I don't know. Okay, so I think you guys are ready for Sega and Atlus. So am I. Let's get it, bitches. Nah, for real. Make sure you're properly seated. I don't want y'all to fall on the ground and enjoy yourself because I said some crazy ass shit. So just make sure you're well seated. Most likely thing to show up. for Sega. It's interesting stuff. I do have a whole list. I'm laying down. Yeah, you better. Okay. Something Sonic. Sonic Racing's Crossworld. Some Sonic port. Some Sonic remaster. A new Sonic title. Yeah, something Sonic. One of the classic titles to be brought back. A big re-reveal. I'm talking with a date, with actual details and decent gameplay, not a teaser, for either Crazy Taxi or Jet Set Radio. Makes sense for such an event, in my opinion, especially since they want to do those games are part of like the Super Game Initiative, so massive online titles is my understanding of these games when you read like investors meetings report and stuff for Sega. So I think that makes sense. Other than that, one thing that is extremely likely to show up, and one thing that is going to make me very happy, is a Like a Dragon / Yakuza port of some sort. Sega is invested with Nintendo, and they are also very invested in Like a Dragon, and they see a lot of potential in that franchise going forward, which that in and of itself is fantastic news. If they bring back a Yakuza game for Switch 2, let me rephrase that. When they bring a new Yakuza or Like a Dragon game to Switch 2, which one is it going to be? I am thinking there's two options. There is two options. The most likely scenario, Yakuza 7 and Yakuza 8, Infinite Wealth. These two games makes the most sense. That way, when you do the inevitable Yakuza 9, we're up to date on Switch. Nintendo fans are up to date. That is first option and most likely option. If they do Yakuza 0, to me, that means they're committing to bringing the whole thing to Switch 2. So they could do what Square did with Final Fantasy early Switch days. That's what I'm talking about. When they revealed everything, every FF title coming to Switch, right? FF10, 10-2, 9, 8, 7. They revealed almost all of these games. They're straight ports, right? They're smaller titles. So I know it's a different thing to compare, but they revealed all of those at the same time during a Nintendo Direct. I think Sega could do something for the older Yakuza title. Yakuza Kiwami 2, and then the HD, what's the real name for that? The HD collection? The remastered collection, which is 3, 4, and 5. HD ports from the PS4. That is also something that they could do. And then later on, we could get 6 and then 7 and 8 later on. Hard for me to predict which one they're going to go for. If I had to put money on it, I would say 7 and 8. It makes the most sense, for sure. So, yeah. What are we thinking? The Pirates in Hawaii game doesn't make as much sense, in my opinion, since it's a spin-off. And we don't have any Yakuza title on Nintendo but Kiwami, which came out in November. I don't think that game makes as much sense. I would love to see that, but I don't think it makes as much sense as mainline titles. Alright, so for Sega, two other things that I think are definitely not likely, but that I would love to see. Sakura Wars coming back with a new game is best case scenario, so a brand new Sakura Wars title would be awesome. We know that they're working on something, or at least we've heard that they're working on something Sakura Wars internally at Sega. We've heard that from Insider Gaming 2 years ago, so I think they might be ready to show it at some point. Other than that, y'all, I don't know if they want to go back to classic titles for that IP. If they do, it's not going to be shown today. And same thing, if they port the 2020 title game that is stuck on PlayStation 4, which is a good game, I don't think that is going to be shown at today's event. So Sakura Wars, as much as I'd like to see that, I don't think it's that likely. Speaking of not likely, but something that I would like to see is, as always, Skies of Arcadia. So a Skies of Arcadia remake or just a remaster or something, that would be crazy. But if my crazy wish of a Skies of Arcadia remake is a real thing, this show is the perfect place to show it. But again, I wouldn't go in expecting it at all. Oh my god, HD. Oh my god, H2DK, you're coming in while I'm talking about a remake of Skies of Arcadia. I'm starting strong for you, my friend, but welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Other than that, for Sega, I mean, I see y'all in the chat. There's a lot of potential. Valkyria Chronicles, I think that's possible. I didn't talk about some of the other IPs that they have, like Monkey Ball could show up in some way, shape, or form. Virtua Fighter, that is a good point. What if they show Project Century, the new RGG Studio IP, or at least what we believe is a new IP that RGG is working on? That would be crazy. Judgment and Lost Judgment ports to Switch 2. Oh my god, that would be crazy. So Sega is showing up today. I'm pretty sure about that. How are they going to show up? We'll have to wait and see. I hope they do something decent. I hope it's not just, you know, the Sonic racing game. Although this game looks interesting for sure. Atlus. Oof. Where to start? I don't want to break you guys. Persona 6 is getting announced this year. If it gets announced, it's either there's 3 potential places where you want to reveal Persona 6 today at the Switch 2 reveal event. This would make so much noise and there would be so many eyes on this reveal. If they do that, that would be crazy. Is it likely? I wouldn't say so. Is it a crazy out there prediction? I don't think so either. I think it's definitely a possibility. I wouldn't say a strong possibility. Let's just say it's a possibility. When it comes to Persona, the most likely thing to show up is a complete version of Reload. I think we should expect that today for sure. Persona 3 Reload did extremely well for Atlus. Persona ports to Switch 1 did extremely well for Atlus. And Reload skipped the Switch. There's no reason why it shouldn't be on Switch 2, and it should be there day one in my opinion. So Reload plus Expansion Pass makes a ton of sense for Switch 2 in my opinion. Final prediction for Persona specifically, Persona 4 Remake. We talked about that a few weeks ago. I know that I showed what Faz spotted, that, you know, when people found out that p3re.jp was a website domain that Atlus registered, Reload was revealed 3 months after. Their website domain could have gone public a year before that, and we don't know. So to me, the fact that we found out the p4rejp.jp domain a few weeks ago does not mean that we're going to see it revealed in 3 months. So for that reason, and I still think, I know some of y'all changed your minds, I still think we're going to see Persona 6 before Persona 4 Remake. So I don't know if we're going to see P4 Remake today. I would put money on no, I don't think we're going to see it. I would love to see it though. That would be freaking awesome for sure. So those are my predictions for Persona. Most likely Persona 3 Reload. Then I would say a Persona 6 reveal. And then Persona 4 Remake. Man, I would go crazy for that. That's for sure. There's other stuff that Atlus could definitely announce. Etrian Odyssey. Etrian Odyssey sounds like a Nintendo reveal. Does it sound like a Nintendo Switch 2 Direct type of reveal? Like the first console Nintendo Direct for Switch 2? I don't think so. I think it's a little bit too niche for that. But maybe. I mean, maybe. Other than that, damn. A lot of possibilities. Oh, I see you in the chat, Faz. P4 Remake should be at the Xbox show. I wanted to say for I forgot to say it, but for P6, yes, I think the other 2 places that Atlus could show it is, one, at the Xbox show, as Faz is saying, in June, but I think it could also show up at the Game Awards late in the year. Those are the 3 places where they could show it. P4 Remake, again, same thing. What's your opinion on that, Faz, the P4 Remake? I just mentioned you. I don't know if you were there, but I mentioned your tweet when you spotted that p3re.jp was registered. or at least we found out about that website domain 3 months before P3 Reload was revealed. To me, that does not mean that we're gonna see P4 Remake in 3 months or so. I might be wrong though. I'm interested to hear your input on this. Hey, shout outs to my man Crisis Rat coming in with the super chat. Thank you so much for the support, mate. I appreciate that. Hey David, Switch 2 hype. I can't wait for Raito. That game does look sexy. Yes, it really, really does. That's for sure. I was not expecting Raito to look that good, if I'm being honest. I saw some people on Twitter say that it almost looks SMT5 good, you know, in terms of visuals and how much work they put into it. So, yeah. I mean, okay. Persona Q ports. Again, for Persona, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think we're gonna see anything more, that's for sure. So yeah, but thank you so much for your support, Crisis Rat. I appreciate you supporting me with your super chat here. I see Soul Hackers 2. Soul Hackers 2, if it gets if it's not dead yet, I think today's probably the final chance for us to see a port of some sort. But I wouldn't expect it. I think it's not likely, but it's possible, that's for sure. Okay, so Foz is saying, yes, that's definitely possible. P6 website, for example, got registered in 2017, so I do believe we're getting P4 Remake soon. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think we're getting P4 Remake in like 10 years or something. It's not that deep. It's not that far away, especially since Reload did so well that I assume they're kind of like, hey, let's make sure that we're ready to bring back Persona 4. Plus, I know some of y'all are saying P4G is still a good game. It's still modern. It's still easy to go back to. And I agree with all of that. But the thing is, it feels modern. It looks modern. It plays modernly too. It's not modern. Persona 4 Golden is over 10 years old at this point. So they can do a remake for P4 and it is going to do well. I still think P6 is coming before though. Hey, I like to see Soul Hackers 2 love in the chat because, man, I like Soul Hackers 2 quite a bit. I think it slept on. And, oh my god. Yeah, Phoenix Wright dropping a bomb once again. Trauma Center would be freaking awesome. And while we're at it, Radiant Historia too, man. Do some sort of big-ass remake with Radiant Historia. That would be crazy. And, hell, just give me a new Catherine, a Catherine 2 of some sort, which... It's always funny to say Catherine 2 because it doesn't really make sense, but some sort of new original and unique title like Catherine was back in the day, that would be crazy. And I played with my girlfriend Catherine full body on Switch recently, and I'm working on a video for y'all about that and our experience with it. But it's still a really good game. It's a game that I always like to go back to. So Trauma Center, man. Trauma Center should have been brought back earlier. I don't know why they're waiting that long for it, so. Alright, so if I move on to my next prediction, I would say a new Vanillaware game. Vanillaware tuned in for Switch. I mean, I'm not necessarily counting the Grim Grimoire Once More remaster because they were not involved with the project. It's NIS who brought that game back. But otherwise, they have like 13 Sentinels on the platform. They have Unicorn Overlord as well. So a new title would be really, really cool to see from Vanillaware today. And Vanillaware, they have recognition now. Unicorn Overlord. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't talk. That game did really well. 13 Sentinels did... It did fine at first, but with word to mouth, it started to build up steam, and it did really well, so... Persona 4 Golden looks good, of course, fine port, good and fun to play. However, at the end of the day, it's an enhanced version of a game from 2008. It's almost 20 years old. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, Faz. I agree. It's hey, and we know Atlus. It's not because a game is crusty. They don't need a game to be crusty to bring it back, right? I'm going to talk about SMT now. Is it time? SMT? When it comes to Shin Megami Tensei, I've seen some people talk about DLC for 5. I would not count on that. I think they're done with Shin Megami Tensei 5. They did Vengeance, which was great and which is on Switch. So I don't think they're going to go back to that. Are they going to do SMT 6? I mean, it's possible. Depends on how early they want to reveal it. Shin Megami Tensei 5, the original, came out in 2021. Vengeance came out in 2024. I wouldn't count on it it doesn't sound impossible either. And I've also seen people say like Atlus is revealing Persona at Microsoft and Xbox shows, and they're revealing everything else that Nintendo reveals. Devil Summoner, SMT, Etrian Odyssey. And that kind of makes sense. It kind of does, but we don't know when deals and marketing deals can change, you know? The reason why they're revealing their stuff at Microsoft events is because they're getting a fat paycheck from Microsoft. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't reveal it there because their main audience isn't Microsoft fans, you know? So, yeah. Shin Megami Tensei 6. What are we thinking about SMT 6, you guys? Out of 10, chances of showing up. Very low. I would say 3. SMT 1 and 2 remakes, SMT 4 remakes. Ooh. Nah, you can't. Nah. You can't bring back SMT 4 remake today and me not expecting it. You can't shock me with an SMT 4 remake reveal. I would probably die. Right there on stream. Yeah. 4 out of 10 for SMT 5, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 0 out of 10. So we're definitely not expecting SMT 6 today. It's hard too, man, because if you think about it, it's a console reveal event. So smaller stuff isn't gonna be there. And an old SMT port is smaller stuff in the grand scheme of things. Let me a 2 out of 10, a 1 out of 10. Devil Survivor, yes, that stuff I think it's as much as I'd like to see that, it's all too small for today's show in my opinion. They'll either show Persona 6 or nothing. Yeah, no, I disagree. I think we're gonna get ports for sure, but when it comes to a new game from Atlus, you're probably right. If they do a new game, it's probably going to be Persona 6 or a new Vanillaware game. Otherwise, I expect ports for the most part. Bro, Adam, you can't... you can't drop stuff like this. This is all stuff that would destroy me too. Like an SMT4 remake, Persona 6, Ocarina of Time remake, and Ace Attorney 7. I'm breaking in half if one of these things shows up, you know, so I'm not ready for all of them. Yeah, that's a good question, 7H1. In January 2017, Atlus showed up with Shin Megami Tensei 5 only. So, yeah. I think it's P6 or nothing. So we're not even expecting ports for Reload. And I didn't mention the most likely thing that Atlus is going to do today, which, in my opinion, the most likely thing to show up is a Metaphor ReFantazio port. I think it makes every little bit of sense in the world. Metaphor ReFantazio, Switch 2 port. Metaphor is good enough for that. It should be the day one Switch 2 RPG. It should be a launch title for Switch 2. And I think it would do really well. It would push the franchise forward. And man, would I love to see it. So what are we thinking? What's the most likely thing to show up from Atlus? My opinion is a Metaphor port. I think that is the most likely scenario. Then I would say a P3 complete version. But I mean, we did see SMT5 in the Switch presentation back in 2017, so maybe SMT6 can get announced, but not getting my hopes up on that. Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2. So we have 10 minutes left before the main show. I am interested in hearing what you guys are looking forward to that I didn't mention. So anything that I didn't mention today, any predictions that I didn't mention today, drop them. Now's the time. We have 10 minutes left. I'm getting really excited for this event, and yeah, I think we're gonna have a good time. We're definitely gonna have a good time. I am a huge Nintendo fan. I am very excited to see hardware stuff too. What they're gonna do with the mouse? What's the price? When can we pre-order this bad boy? Because I'm there day one for this one. If I can pre-order it today, I'm gonna pre-order it today. That's the plan. So yeah. Okay, so I see y'all in the chat with stuff that I didn't mention, so let's get on it. I'm gonna try to go fast because I want to highlight some of y'all's messages, as many messages as possible. Soul Hackers 1 remastered. No, I don't expect that. Persona 5 The Phantom X doesn't sound like a Nintendo Direct type of reveal. Fire Emblem game, I expect that. Bayonetta showing up in some way, shape, or form. Maybe. Project X Zone 3. Interesting. Project X Zone is something that I want to play at some point. This is a backlog game, and it's high on my backlog. I kind of wanted to play it, I think it was last year. But it's really long, and I was looking for a shorter game at that time. P1 Remake, P1 and 2 Duology, P3 RE coming before Metaphor is likely. Interesting, okay. The mouse mode or UI, I want to see something cool. Not expecting much, you know. Cody here coming in. Don't have anything to say, but have a great time. Thank you, Cody. You as well. We'll have a good time. I'm just hoping for the best today. Virtual SIM card stuff too. I don't really have an opinion on that because physical game collector here, so. Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 remasters. I think that's extremely unlikely, knowing that, you know, we just got a Raido remaster announced. The direct starts in 8 minutes. Xenoblade 4, new Bleach game, Golden Sun, Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch 2 edition. I don't know what they're gonna... Smash Ultimate, it's already Ultimate, you know? So a Switch enhanced version makes sense, but, you know. Mostly Nintendo stuff, couple of third-party stuff like Square and Sega. Yeah, I think that's a fair prediction. Chrono Trigger remake, that would be big. Xenoblade 4. I'd rather have a new IP from Monolith Soft than Xenoblade 4, but that's just my opinion. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get a box of tissue. Just 1 second. God damn, the sun is on fire. I might try and put something to hide the sun a little bit. Just 1 second. Probably gonna have better image quality that way. My setup is still a little bit ghetto. Oh yeah, that's better. Persona Q ports, FF9 remix, we talked about that. Starts in 5 minutes. Smash Ultimate Edition, okay. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remasters, that would be cool. Yeah, the Raido soundtrack is fire, isn't it? My desk is right in front of a big ass window, so that's why when I record my videos, I need as much as possible to do it around 12 p.m. just so I have the best lighting as possible. I don't have a lighting setup or anything. I do a lot of videos, you know, and I get asked sometimes, am I doing this full time? No, I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a house, I have a family. I cannot do YouTube full time. I get revenue from YouTube. Every little thing helps, but I do it for the passion, you know. When it comes to how much I earn per hour, it's not worth it. I do it because I'm passionate about YouTube, and I love to talk about these games and Atlus stuff with you guys, and interacting with the community is always a blast. So every time you watch a vid, you help me, you know. And when I get additional supports from y'all, it just helps because, you know, today, for example, I take day offs to stream for y'all. And sometimes it's possible, sometimes it isn't. So last week, for example, I was not expecting a direct to happen last week. It caught me off guard, and I was involved in different projects in my main job, which means that I couldn't show up. I had too much to deliver, you know. I was ready to do a video, but yeah. All right, so let's fix our audio here and get ready. So let's close our soundtrack here. This is my stream, okay, let's close that. Nintendo Direct, 400,000 people are watching, or at least they're ready. Let's put this in HD. Make this full screen. Hey. Here we are. All right, here it is. Have a great show, y'all. It starts in 4 minutes. I am going to adjust my audio. But again, since I am a professional streamer, I'm going to ask y'all to tell me if I need to adjust my audio. You guys are my priority, so if you want me to adjust anything, lower my voice, raise the stream or anything, please tell me. I'm going to be eyeing the chat as soon as it starts to make sure that you guys get the best audio quality as possible. So, yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Smart J. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I really want to, stream all these events, especially. I was really bummed out last week, if I'm being honest, y'all. I wanted to be there for the Raido reveal with y'all, since, again, I knew that it was going to happen. I knew Raido was going to show up, so I was ready. I had my thumbnail ready. I had everything ready. I even tweeted at Atlus the day prior, so holding Raiho hostage, give me Raido, and they did. So, yeah. I was really bummed out because my goal is always to be there and report the news as quickly as possible and stream my reaction when possible, Let me check one thing real quick. Oops, sorry about that. Perfect. So do we have audio? We don't have audio for now. It starts in 3 minutes. Shoutouts, Peter Parker. Welcome to the stream. You're tired? What time is it where you are, mate? It's super early here. It's 9 a.m. I'm Eastern time, so less than 3 minutes. It's going to be fun, y'all. Luli or Lulai, are you saying it's a 2 out of 10 now? 2 out of 10 show for now? We're live. I'm always a little bit anxious when it comes to these, so let me just refresh before we start. All right, perfect. I don't want to see this. Nope. It's gonna be too cancerous. All right, perfect. We're ready to go. It's 9 a.m. Okay, fair enough. 8 a.m. here. It's 9 where I am too, so I'm still drinking my coffee. Didn't even have time to eat. I was in a hurry today. I was hoping to go. I went live an hour early, but I was hoping to go even earlier than that. So I have not played Atelier Yumiya. No, I have not. It looks cool though. I only played Rise of 1, and I liked it. I thought it was. I thought it was decent. Nothing crazy, but definitely decent for sure. 4 p.m. Ooh, 10 p.m. 7H1. Okay, 10 p.m. It's starting to be a little late for me. Yeah. 2, 8 p.m., 6 a.m., 12 a.m. God damn. Guess you just woke up, Peter. That's why. It makes sense. It's time, y'all. I wish you all a good show. I hope we get something good. Because I would love to go crazy for y'all. I'm not faking reactions though, so if it's ass, I'm gonna say it's ass. You guys know me. I really doubt it though. Nintendo's generally. Oh yeah, pricing. $450. Okay, I think this is perfect in terms of volume. Is it? Oh man, thank you all so much for being here once again. I say it every direct, but having a community to chat with and have fun with and react to these announcements with is a blessing. So I'm really thankful for all of you being here today. If you guys could drop a thumbs up, it would mean the world to me. It helps people find the show. I'm excited. I remember exactly where I was when I was watching the January 2017 live conference. I remember I had to wake up early for that too. Let's get it. Don't forget to tell me if I need to change anything for my audio, guys. I'm excited. Nintendo Directs are like your Christmas for me as an adult, I was watching it at a McDonald's, eating breakfast before a work shift. Nintendo Switch 2. Are we opening with a game reveal? Yes, we are. Mario Kart. Makes sense. Those shows are stressful, man. How's the audio, man? How's the audio? Tell me. Audio's good so far? Shouts, Cody. Thank you so much.
Let's go!
Launching with Mario Kart is a very good idea. Oh, little boats, snowmobiles. That's cool. Holy crap, it looks big, but it looks... It's very much still like tracks, you know? It's not open or anything. Audio's good? Awesome. Damn, we're on that Sonic rail thing. What the hell? What? Yo. Bro, there's a lot of characters. I'm down, man. These titles are always fun. They've been working on this one for so long, too. I mean, how old were we when Mario Kart 8 came out, yo? That's crazy. Mario Kart World. Interesting. It looks cool, man. It looks cool.
Hello, everyone. I'm Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct. I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm Takuhiro Dota,
Pretty cool
the
job.
director for Nintendo
Pretty
Switch
good
2.
job.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just saw was
I'm
Mario
excited to
Kart
be here.
World,
I'm really
launching
excited.
exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
Hey, I want to stand up, y'all. I'm raising my desk. I want to stand up.
A brand new entry in the
I'm
Mario
too
Kart
excited.
series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Let's get it.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
I'm excited. I really am. Okay, show us. My
And in this
God,
Mario
there's so
Kart
many.
game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world. In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
Oh, really?
With 24 drivers in each race,
Oh,
the
that's
most
fucking
in
sick.
series history, the competition is gearing up. Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
It's so gorgeous. Look at the depth of it, you know?
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a
Look
checkpoint,
far
you'll
away in
be
the
eliminated.
environments.
Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam. By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes.
Yo.
So drive wherever your heart takes you.
This is Forza Horizon Mario
You can also
Edition.
go for scenic drives with friends.
With friends?
And
Oh,
even take
man.
photos together
Oh,
at different
man.
locations.
They always figure it out.
A brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World!
Gorgeous.
The game
Aw,
launches
come
on the
on.
same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, that's
More
the direct.
details about this title will be shared in an
Okay.
upcoming Mario Kart
I'm
World
watching
Direct. So be on the lookout for
Okay,
more information
launch title.
in the future.
They're holding the date from us, motherfuckers.
Mario Kart World
What are we
launches on
thinking?
the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm thinking June.
We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
Yo, this is a good start.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
Perfect. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted.
These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2.
I'm excited. If it doesn't show.
And on
Yeah.
the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button. Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
Community?
I'm still ahead of
Yellow
all you
Walls?
guys.
Persona 4 Remake? I'm a genius. Big brain, you know?
That was you.
Voice chat?
So quick.
That's Discord, isn't it?
Wait, no.
Nix, I'm coming for you.
No, I'm about to get
Come on, no.
Oh.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to
looks like
communicate with
Discord.
friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah?
Yeah, follow
Okay.
me. For an adventure.
While using the Game Chat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Oh, okay. But you're still behind me, right? All right, let's keep going. Okay.
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. All right, let's keep going. It's coming. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you
Yo,
chat with
he's
ease.
using a pro controller of some sort. Look at the hands.
Okay, nice.
It does look beautiful. It's so pink.
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you
I don't think
open the
it's
chat
Discord,
menu
y'all.
and turn on
Screen
game screen
sharing?
sharing,
Good job. Good job.
Man.
There we go.
you can also share your game screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it? You guys, I just did it.
Oh, I want to do it too.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Ooh. Oh, he's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, no.
Did you see the pro controller?
Okay. You
Animal
can
Crossing?
chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right? It's tough.
Oh, wow. I'm like in the sky right here. I'm like, I fell. I'm falling. Okay, we got it. We're safe.
Kirby, look, you're on a star.
That's so cute. So cute.
Why would you want to have like 4 people voice chat and
You can
everyone
adjust the
screen
size
sharing?
of your game screen,
Guys, I'm lost. Like,
Where'd you go?
or expand another friend's game screen.
Yeah, the screen sharing thing
that wall
has
to your left.
immense frame drops.
It's just like the wall. Like if she gets past the wall.
It might just be like stream through
wall ride.
recordings and everything, so it might be
So
better
everyone can
hands-on,
watch
I
them
assume.
play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. Wait. Okay,
Hey
I think
guys,
we have
we're
to
together.
try.
Welcome.
ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
Yay!
Oh, yo, that's sick.
I like your pose, Meek.
there is a
On
little
the
bit of
right
audio
Joy-Con
delay.
2
I can see
controller,
that too.
There's
What
an
the hell?
additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang.
Oh, really? Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And
Switch
there's
to
this.
Camera? Really?
By connecting this camera to the system,
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yo. Nick.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Good?
you can
No,
appear
there
on
is. Yeah,
screen
no, I
and
can
video
see
chat
it.
while playing a game.
It wasn't the case when the devs were talking, so I think it's that pre-recorded clip that has issues.
No.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
I'm way behind,
There
guys.
you go. I bet you like
Can
that.
you wait for me?
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Oh,
That was good.
okay.
No,
Yeah, that
wait.
looks good.
Go
That
left,
looks
go
good.
left.
And then-
Left,
Oh, wait,
left.
maybe
you
if I
fix
go a
it.
little more this way.
I'm
Using
shocked that
Game
Nintendo's
Chat.
doing this.
Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while playing your personal favorites. Decide your own rules for a retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition between families. All together, anytime, anywhere. Game chat.
It has potential.
What did you think? In developing Game Chat, our goal was for you to enjoy playing online with others more closely, including family and friends.
It
Almost
has
as
the
if you're all
Discord
playing
visual,
together in
so I
the same
assume
place.
there's some sort of partnership with Discord, right?
The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be
Sorry about
available
that.
on the same day as Switch 2.
I'm not buying the camera thing.
A Nintendo
I'm
Switch
good.
Online membership
don't play
will be
online.
required to use Game Chat.
Which gamer
However,
wants to see their friends'
Since we'd
ugly
like as
faces
many
when
people as
playing?
possible to experience Game Chat, it will
Yeah,
be
you know
available
there's some
without a
motherfuckers
membership
gonna
for
pull out a
limited
dick or
time.
something.
We hope
there's
you'll try
always
it out.
they're gonna have to moderate this thing.
Additionally, Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app.
Makes sense.
And different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with Game Share. As shown here, even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With Game Share, you can temporarily share compatible games with
quite
others
bigger.
who also have Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time. Game Share also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier. Game Share can only be used with compatible games. This feature is planned for several titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Game Share support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Up next, we'd like to show you the
I don't know why
Nintendo
they have
Switch
audio
2
delay like
system
this.
itself.
Please
It's
take a
minor,
look.
but still, it's noticeable. They don't have that in Nintendo Directs generally. Could it be the YouTube stream? Like there's too many
At
people watching or
7.9
something?
inches, Switch 2 has a bigger
Man.
built-in screen. Here's how that
Look at
compares to
Mario Kart.
Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same. With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
1080p small screen, god damn. 120 frames per second?
The screen supports up to 120 frames per second,
That's
allowing for
crazy.
smoother gameplay in supported titles.
HDR support.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
So this thing might be $500.
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back. The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking 500 now. Ugh.
The left and right sticks are now larger.
Okay, mouse controls.
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
I'm hungry for the games, yo. I'm hungry.
By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes. It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via Game Chat. It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly. Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you. place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this. In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
That's good.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode. Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for storing your game downloads, save data, and more. Reading and writing data is also faster. Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games. HDR is also supported in TV mode.
4K resolution? It's what people wanted, man. It's what I wanted. It's a better Switch. It's a more powerful system. That's perfect.
The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has
great.
a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
Okay, that is one of the most important
On Nintendo
features that
Switch
it
2,
needed to have.
you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
Thank you. Number one thing that they needed to have, in my opinion. Have this big ass backlog for a reason, okay?
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch. We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game. Mr. Kawamoto!
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself. This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. I'm standing over here. Okay, everyone, join me inside the game.
That's like an included game or something?
There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system. The SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal, so that's how they attach to the system. A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach.
She wants to see.
Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this. You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2.
I assume this is like a
By combining the mouse controls and
Otherwise,
gyroscopes,
it doesn't,
things
you know.
like this are possible.
Yay, she's here.
There are secrets to discover even as you're playing mini-games and tech demos.
Good girl.
Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out if you're interested.
Now, I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2. This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles. It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards, but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage.
That's cool.
Switch 2 will only work with
SD
micro
Express?
SD Express cards.
Oh, it would only
They're a
work with
different
that.
type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers possible.
It's paid? Oh, I missed that
Please
part.
note,
I'm
the
good,
regular
then.
micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible. Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more. We're also releasing a new Pro Controller. It has a C button, which launches Game Chat, and on the back, there are new GL and GR buttons, which you can use to assign existing button controls.
At least they
In
have
addition,
an audio
an
jack.
audio jack has been added. We've introduced a few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date.
June.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
Nice.
We're very much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
I'm buying it anyways. I'm a huge fan, but yeah,
Now.
pricing is important.
Broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These
June
games
5th.
take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2. The second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
I'm in. Day one.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition games are the third type.
Okay.
Some
those are
games
your
that were
Switch
released
1
on
games.
Switch will receive
Enhanced.
upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Please take a look.
They're not gonna resell these games, are they?
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting
if
an
this
upgrade
needs to
on
be-
Nintendo Switch 2.
If this needs to be
The upgrade
paid,
expands
it should
on the
be like
base
offered
game
with
and
NSO
adds
or
new
something.
features, including mouse controls,
But they're gonna resell that shit,
audio
aren't they?
recognition, more expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory. All of which can be accessed on Switch 2.
You know damn well they're gonna
Let's
charge
check
for
out 3
these.
new and updated modes.
They're doing too much. They're
First
gonna
up
charge.
is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players
Hey,
can
guys,
join the
if-
festivities.
If y'all
You'll
don't
be
want,
able to see each other's faces
just
as
don't
you
buy
play,
it. Just don't
so
support
you
the
can
practice if
experience
you
all
don't,
the
if you're not
reactions
for
and
it.
emotions
Which
in
would be
real
fine.
time.
I get it.
Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live.
It's clear
a
why
mode
they
where
chose
the
Mario
live player
Party. With
team
the
wins.
mouse, they can do a lot of stuff. With
Bowser will
the
bring you
camera,
on
they can do a lot of
stage
stuff.
too.
That's the reason why
Hit
they're doing
blocks
Mario
to
Party.
collect the most coins. Guide an RC car with your voice. Go! And compete in other mini-games using full body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're off. Go! Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster. When you enter a pipe, a mini-game will begin. There's a bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive
I wonder
mini-games.
how comfortable it's gonna
How
be to
quickly
use like a
can
mouse
you reach the station?
with the Joy-Con.
From
It looks
mini-games that use
larger a
a
little
camera,
bit. Could work.
built-in microphone,
I'm curious.
mouse controls, and rumble. The biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV, launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super
By
Mario
purchasing
Party
an
Jamboree
upgrade pack.
can upgrade to Nintendo
How
Switch
much?
2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an
How much?
upgrade pack.
Cowards.
Please look forward to a
Come
new
on,
Mario
man.
Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions
when I saw what
while
they were
playing.
doing with it, it was
Let's
clear.
continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
Of course, makes sense. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame
60
rates,
frames.
and
Of
also
course,
support
they did the
HDR,
rest.
which makes the image more vibrant,
Yo,
so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics.
this makes more sense.
Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can
Oh,
be
not the
accessed
fucking
via the
app.
Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and
that's kinda
Koroks
cool.
you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating. Proceed
I don't,
north.
yeah. I don't care for performance enough that I'm gonna go back and pay for these.
Or
But
you
it's
can
cool
share
that it's
your
an option.
creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their game.
They said it's over an hour long, CJ. Or around an hour, something along those lines.
We hope these features will make your adventures
You can
even
tell
more
that
enjoyable.
it's more gorgeous.
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates. This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
It makes sense for new games. More than anything, if you ask me. Oh,
In
yeah,
addition
this is
to
fucking
standard
cool.
controls,
This is cool.
you can use mouse controls for
This is cool.
intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Now that's
Plus,
a feature.
You can explore the immersive world
Man.
in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second. Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR.
Yo,
based
this
on your
doesn't even
preference
look like a
and
Nintendo
playstyle.
game. It looks too good. Visually speaking. Here's your Pokemon.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well. By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution
Here's
and
your
frame
Pokemon.
rates. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
They're doing physical at least.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
All right, new game.
Please take a look.
Let's get it. So this is the gimmick type of game, you know, that they always have. The 1-2 switch thing. Yeah, the gimmick game, that's what I meant. I'm not convinced.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward to a new twist on 3-on-3
Hey, don't be too
matches
negative,
using
y'all.
dual
They
mouse
haven't showed
controls.
anything yet.
Next,
We
here
don't
are some
know.
games
This is
from
the
our
first new
publishing
game.
and development partners coming to
Other than
Nintendo
Mario
Switch
Kart.
2.
Here are your third-party games. Here we go.
I have long observed the lands between.
Elden Ring.
This world is in dire need of repair.
This is a good move. This is a good move. Not for me. A good move
The ways
regardless.
of grace that guide you through your burden. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
20, not a launch title. Good third-party game to start with.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games.
That's 80s too.
Here to say that
Makes
Hades
sense.
2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister
They're gonna
titan
show
of
up,
time.
y'all. Just stay patient. They're
You'll
gonna
battle
show up.
beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth, getting to know dozens of characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
Oh!
皆さんこんにちは。カプコンの中山です。
Attorney.
我々がお届けするタイトルはストリートファイター6です。本体を持ち寄っての対戦はもちろん、任天堂スイッチ2だけの新モードもあります。ソフトは通常版の他に総勢26キャラクターを収録した Years 1-2 Fighters Edition の2バージョンを、さらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも一緒にスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。お楽しみに。
What the hell? Ace Attorney 7.
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed.
No!
All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal. Commencing launch.
After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated
Oh, this looks like
from
the
humans.
Demon X
I'm in need of
Machina
a new
thing.
arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels!
Thanks for the warm welcome! This planet will be ours.
The sovereign axiom, the Trinitas, has
EXM2.
almost completed a
I don't know
weapon
what
that
that
was
is.
created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war.
Oh,
Don't
is that
you get it?
Demon X Machina? Oh,
I
my
won't
dumbass.
just stop you.
I'll tear you apart!
Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool.
All children bring hope
I
to
didn't
our
play the first game.
lives.
Not for me.
Hey, this is Joseph
Makes
Forrest
sense.
from Hazelight.
Split
I'm
Fiction?
super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2.
Makes sense.
The game is a story about friendship. You play as Mio, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free. Now, let me tell you this. If you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this one, trust me. And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
It's a launch title. Makes sense.
At EA Sports,
FIFA?
we're
Oh,
bringing
they're
fans
doing
together
Madden.
across the world, both on the pitch and on the gridiron. We're excited to announce that EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Hi, I'm Alan Tu from Avalanche Software. We are
Hogwarts
bringing
Legacy?
Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2. With enhanced
It's already on
graphics and
Switch?
seamless world transitions, you'll be immersed in the Wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure. Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
Switch 2 launch title.
Captain, is that mic supposed to be on?
Of course, that makes sense. No RPGs yet. SpongeBob map? Interesting.
Hello, this is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive.
Oh, Hitman.
We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch 2. As the best assassin
there's no
in the
way
trade,
we're not getting an
Agent
RPG,
47
y'all.
does
Don't
everything
worry.
he can to accomplish his mission. And how
This is a
each
cool
mission
title to bring to
progresses
Switch
will
2,
vary
Hitman.
depending on the player's imagination. Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2. Plus, we are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform.
James Bond?
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
Cool. Okay, Square.
The story of light and shadow that never fades.
Bravely Default
is
remake.
Reborn.
I have that on my list. Called that one.
Bravely
I don't think
Default
it needs a
returns,
remake though.
Remastered in high definition. Featuring
Bravely
the
Default, in my
controls
opinion,
that
is
help you control the
very
flow
much a
of
B tier
turn-based
type of game.
battles.
It's not bad.
Change and customize
It's not that
journeys
great
to build
either.
out your very own
It's alright.
party. Enjoy your adventure with upgraded features and enhancements. And all new minigames with unique ways to play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior of light once more.
Ooh!
Sega 龍が如くスタジオ代表の横山です。
They're doing Zero!
我々がお送りするタ
They're
イトル
doing
は
Zero!
龍が如くゼロ誓いの場所ディレクタ
Director's cut?
ーズカットです。1988年東京と
That's day
大阪
one.
2つの歓
That's a
楽
10 out
街
of
を舞台
10
に
game right there,
争
y'all.
争奪戦が勃発。伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください。
Yo.
発売日は
Ah, it's a launch title
の
too.
発売と同じ日です。今後のシリーズ展開にもぜひご期待ください。
Look forward to more in the future. Okay, so they're just
We'll
doing
have more games to show
Man,
from our
oh
publishing and
man.
development partners. But for now, we'd like to show a
Play
game being
Yakuza
developed
0.
in collaboration
Please.
with Nintendo.
It's a
Please
10
take a look.
out of 10 game. It's on that same pile as Royal and SMT4, y'all. Please trust me on that one. So that was like a sizzle reel of ports, right? So now we're getting newer games, aren't we?
When the Zonai,
New
who
titles.
descended from the heavens,
Another warrior title?
joined
for Zelda?
hands with the Hylians,
Really?
who dwelled on the surface. Their union led to a great and prosperous
That's a bummer.
kingdom.
I wanted a new Zelda game. A real new
But
Zelda
in
game.
time, a terrible evil arose.
I like the Warriors games, but come on.
A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call
There's no need to have
The
3
Imprisoning
Warriors
War.
games for Zelda.
Perhaps you truly have
Tears of
traveled
the
back in
Kingdom
time.
Hearts thing. Alright.
So that's Hyrule Castle?
A
Then-
prequel to Tears of the
That
Kingdom.
must mean this really is the past.
Yeah, I'm bummed out about that one. I'm not gonna lie. Because this means that we're not gonna get a new Zelda game today announced. I love the first 2. I love them too, but it's not as great as the real mainline games, you know? Weird choice. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo. We hope you're looking forward to the untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online. You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
So that's what's going on with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Man, oh man.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
I swear to God,
Nintendo GameCube, originally released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
Oh, man.
A Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton.
Wouldn't you port the
Link sets sail on an
HD remaster to the
adventure
original
across the
Switch
Great
if you were
Sea.
gonna do that?
The Legend
Come
of Zelda,
on.
The Wind Waker. Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords eternally retold. In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon, and Link from the Legend of Zelda series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2.
Skies of Arcadia, maybe?
Experience a world of white-knuckle
would be
racing
sick.
at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour. 30 machines will put it all on the line.
That's the only
in
way to get me to
death-defying
subscribe
races.
is Skies of Arcadia.
Featuring the series' first machine customization and story mode, get ready to experience F-Zero GX. In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases.
I'm sorry. I am.
You can also check the controls for each title and
They
customize
have
them to
HD
your liking.
ports. What the hell are y'all doing?
More titles
Fire
will
Emblem,
be added
Pokemon
in the
XD,
future.
what the hell? Okay, that's the cool lineup though. Pokemon Colosseum.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release. And a dedicated
this is
controller
a bummer.
designed after the original GameCube controller will also be be
I'm shocked that they're
It
bringing
can
back
connect
Pokemon
wirelessly
XD and Colosseum.
also
I like
has
these games,
a
they're
C
cool.
button to quickly access Game Chat.
Ah, man, oh man.
The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available
Time to
for
dust off
Nintendo
the Wii
Switch
U again.
Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics. Of course, you can continue to play select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2.
Pokemon XD was really good. yeah.
Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
All right, so now Atlus showing up right now. I do still have my copy of Pokemon XD too. Yeah, I have that. I do have my copy of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess too. They have a lot of launch titles.
Hi,
Gearbox.
I'm Randy from Gearbox. Borderlands 4, our upcoming flagship Borderlands game, will launch on Nintendo Switch 2. Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies and outrageous weapons. We're still in development, and it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will launch in 2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's
It's lacking in terms
Civilization
of
7.
JRPGs.
In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history. With the new mouse controls, players can enjoy a more intuitive gameplay experience. Civ 7 launches on the same day as Switch 2. And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version, you can experience mouse controls on Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade. And we have even more news from 2K.
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinks.
And I'm Ben Bishop.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Plus NBA 2K as well.
We can't wait to see you in the ring.
And on the court.
4 kids find this old tattered man. Off they went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible.
My enthusiasm is it's lowering a little bit right now, Nintendo.
Awesome! You nailed it! Hook, line, and sinker.
It's literally lagged out. What the hell?
Really have started to master
What the hell?
thing. Next stop, the top.
Their stream crashed.
It's everything. Let's set sail.
Their stream crashed. What the hell?
Hi,
Your stream is
I'm
lagged
Dave
out.
Crooks from Dodge Roll. Let's look at Enter the
Yo, their stream crashed.
Dodge countless bullets.
Their
and aim
stream
for the Gundam
crashed.
Steps in our roguelike shooter sequel.
No.
Now reloaded in a new 3D art style. You can expect.
Yeah, it's for everyone.
We're still working on the game.
What
We're
the
excited
hell?
To share more with you in the future.
Oh my God, really? No way. No way. What a disaster. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, they're lagging. They're lagging hard. Are we back? Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. Bro, what the hell? You can't afford that, Nintendo. No, it's still lagged out. It's still lagged out. No. What? There was 1.4 million people watching. It's completely lagged out.
Hello, my name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time.
Japanese stream?
Cyberpunk 2077 is an open world.
They're talking about
action-adventure
Cyberpunk. We're not
RPG
missing
set
out.
in Night City. Thanks to
Nintendo Switch 2 Direct
you can transport
Japan.
yourself to the city
We're
of
figuring
dreams
it
at
out,
home
guys.
Or on the go. Get ready to meet.
10年以上の時を経て
We have the
再操作された
remake.
新しい FF7 を体験いただけます
That's Intergrade? Okay, if the English streams comes back, you guys let me know, okay? The Japanese stream works. Bro. Path of the Goddess? Okay, let me put this in full screen. We're watching the Japanese one. Tell me if we have to switch, you guys. Please. The UK stream works? Should I do that? UK. At least it's gonna be in English. UK. Okay, we're doing this quickly. Let's go. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back in English. Shoutouts. Thank you for your help, y'all. What the hell, man? Okay, if we have FF7 Remake Intergrade, so no rebirth is my understanding. Sega 2-Point Museum. Okay, makes sense. Silk Song was there, yeah. Puyo Tetris. Are you seriously not gonna have anything Atlus? Can't be. Rhino, okay. Of course. Nah, bro. Come on. Fortnite. Layton. Just 2025. Top left corner. That was Rido.
ここまでたくさんのタイトルをご紹介してきましたが、次がソフトメーカーさんの最後のタイトルになります。ご覧ください。
Except if there's some sort of Persona 6, you know? This is not Persona 6. Ah, man, what the hell was this stream? I can't believe it crashed.
I give you my blood.
Big ass missed opportunity from Atlus not to show up. If they really don't have anything,
give you
massive missed opportunity.
my life.
Especially for Metaphor.
Turn, O wheel, and transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
You guys are stupid. FromSoft. Okay. New FromSoft title? Oh, is it no, it's not. Is it a new game from FromSoft? It can't be. It can't be. Do we have Dante at home? It's a new FromSoft game, I think. Hey, that's pretty big. That was unexpected. I think some of y'all are gonna be happy about that. Oh shit, what the hell is this?
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
I noticed the moon thing looked like Yoko Taro, yeah.
The moon tears will flow for one, and one alone.
The Dusk Bloods. Huh? They what?
ご覧いただいたのはフロムソフトウェアさんが手掛ける完全新作タイトルです。どのようなゲームなのかについてはディレクターの宮崎さんが語るクリエイターズボイスを公開しますので、ぜひご覧ください。
They wanted FromSoft in, huh?
ソフトメーカーさんのタイトルの紹介は以
No
上で
Atlus.
す。ご出演いただいた開発者の皆様、
Bro,
また今回の発表に映像をご用意いただいたソフトメーカーの皆様、
That's
本当に
crazy.
ありがとうございます。ご覧いただいた以外にも Nintendo Switch 2に向けて多くのゲーム開発を進めていただいています。今後もたくさんのタイトルをご紹介していきますのでお楽しみに。続いてはこちらの映像をご覧ください。
Okay, new Monolith Soft IP would be cool. Fire Emblem, something Fire Emblem would be cool too. Kirby. There was only small stuff from Sega. Puyo Puyo, Yakuza 0, Director's Cut, which is really, really freaking cool with new cutscenes and everything, but it's small stuff, you know? Small titles. Crazy. Rido for 10 sec doesn't count. My list can go fuck itself, right? I got everything wrong. Holy shit. Oh, it's a Kirby Air Ride game? A new Kirby Air Ride game. Revealed alongside the new Mario Kart game. Interesting. Interesting choice. Sakurai. We know. Okay.
任天堂ゲームキューブのカービィのエアライド以来22年ぶりに完全新作が登場します。桜井さんが手掛けるカービィのエアライダーにぜひご期待ください。
It's good news for my backlog because man, oh man, not much for me.
最後の映像となります。
Last trailer.
ご覧ください。
Oh yeah, my expectations were way too high for this thing. This is generally a disappointment, I would say. The console itself, I have nothing bad to say, but the game lineup that they showed, man, oh man, big disappointment. And they're closing with this. Is it a new IP? Oh, a Donkey Kong game, maybe? Yep. Makes sense. New 3D Donkey Kong. So no new 3D Mario. This is definitely by the Odyssey team. Launching with this and Mario Kart is a good move. Yo! Okay, yeah, this looks really freaking cool. This looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in. I didn't know what they were gonna do with DK, but this looks better than I. Yeah, oh, 2D segments. That's cool. I like their redesign. I like their redesign. I'm looking at my list. I got FF7 Remake, Bravely Default Remake, Professor Layton, Elden Ring port, nothing else. Oh, July. That is the month after launch. That is good. It's very launch window, you know. No RPG at launch. It's crazy. I'm gonna pre-order this thing with no games.
敵も壁も地面も全てを破壊しながら巨大な地下世界を突き進みます。詳細は改めてお伝えしますのでお楽しみに。
June. Summer Games Fest. That's when we'll
ここ
see
までご
more.
覧いただきありがとうございます。
改めてになりますが、任天堂スイッチ2の
I'll
発
be
売日
honest,
は
y'all.
6
I'm
月5日で
disappointed
す。
a little bit. The game's lineup
最
was
後に
really
発売する
average to
本
me.
体のご紹介です。
There's some heavy
ま
hitters,
ずは
just not
任
for
天
me.
堂スイッチ2の本体です。
And they're gonna end with
こ
a
れに
higher
加
price
え
than what we thought was.
ダウンロード版のマリオカートワールドがセットになった本体も発売します。
We're
詳しくは
watching the
ダイレ
UK
クト
stream
終
though,
了後
so.
に公開する公式ホームペー
Okay,
ジを
so
ご
you
覧
have
く
a
ださい。
bundle or not? Okay, cool. Because I don't want a digital copy
駆
of
け足に
Mario
なり
Kart.
ましたが、今回お伝えする内容は以上になります。
No price
発売
reveal.
ま
It's
で
gonna be on the site.
も
We're
うし
gonna
ば
get
ら
the,
くお
the
待ちい
price
ただ
in
くことになりますが、任天堂スイッチ2を皆さんにご体験いただけることを今からとても楽しみにしています。
最後までご
Yeah,
覧いただき
we'll say 6 out of
ありがとう
10
ございました。
maximum. I mean, again, I have nothing against the hardware. The Switch 2 itself looks crazy good. I am comfortable with what they gave in terms of like specs and all those details. I just want to see if they showed the price in the American Direct. Let's just put the volume on again.
Kong, called Donkey Kong Bonanza.
The hardware looks cool, but the game
With
lineup,
incredible
y'all,
strength,
man.
smash through enemies, walls. The
No
ground,
big new Zelda
and just
thing. It's a
about
Warriors
everything
game.
as you demolish your
No
way through a
Sega,
massive
except
underground
Yakuza
world.
0 Director's Cut.
More details will be shared in the future.
No Atlus.
We hope you're looking forward
Except 10 seconds of Raito.
Thank you for watching so far.
Yo. A little bit disappointed.
To
I'm
recap.
not gonna lie.
to. Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch.
I just want to see if they have pricing.
We'll release Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World.
Full game download. I'm good.
For more details, please check the official Nintendo Switch 2 website, which goes
I'm
live
thinking
later
500
today.
for the Mario Kart thing and 450 for the
We've
regular
covered a
one.
lot of information, but that's all we have to share.
Okay, so
for
no
today.
pricing. It's gonna be on social medias, y'all. I'm gonna go digest the news. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bummed out a little bit. I thought I was gonna, make a video or two for y'all today, like my reaction to Persona 6's reveal, and then a news episode and stuff. But I'm just gonna do nothing because there's nothing to talk about. Like, holy crap! I am curious to hear what people are gonna think about this. So just give it a grade out of 10, y'all. There is, again, I know there is some good stuff. It's not much for me, is what I'll say. Again, no Fire Emblem, no Monolith Soft, no new IP, no new RPG, no Atlus. Square Enix showed up with an FF7 remake and an ugly remake of Bravely Default, a game that I thought was kind of alright. Man, oh man, no Ace Attorney 7, no Deca Police, no Atlus is extremely surprising to me. I was expecting minimum Metaphor or Reload. Hey, shout out Speeder Parker with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much for your support, mate. No Fire Emblem. No Fire Emblem indeed. Big bummer. I think we should look forward to June for more news. I mean, yeah, 3 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 2, 5, 4, 7, 2. It really depends on, what you're looking forward to. In terms of first party, DK and Mario Kart for me, and that's going to be it. I kind of don't want to support the Zelda thing, even though I liked Hyrule Warriors and Age of Calamity. I'm just like, bro, that's not what I wanted from Zelda, and I'm playing Echoes of Wisdom right now, which is really good. So I'm good. I'm going to wait for the next thing, I assume, so. Now, I know they can't put everything, but they showed a lot of very small stuff. Metaphor ReFantazio port had its place here, for sure. Atlus should have made sure that they were going to be there day one. Yeah. I'm going to talk about that later this week. I want to talk about that. I am a little bummed out. But again, I had this stupid-ass list, which was clearly way too much. But, yeah. I'm curious to see what new content we get in Yakuza 0. I hope we get a physical version of that as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the hardware though. Switch 2 is going to be good. And you guys know we're going to eat. We're going to eat with Switch 2 in terms of JRPGs. We don't have much at the moment. But if you want to play JRPGs right now, you buy a Switch. That's where you have the most JRPGs. And then you have a PC. Sony don't care about Japan anymore, and Xbox, they get what they can get, you know. So I still think Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be the focus for JRPGs. It's just not at launch, apparently. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to talk about Atlus and the current state of Atlus, what they're going to do next and everything in just a bit. Raidou is June 19th. So if they reveal something at the June events, it's going to have to be before Raidou launches, like weeks before, which is kind of odd. We'll have to wait and see. But again, I want to thank you all so much for joining me this morning. It was fun to chat with y'all regardless of us being a little disappointed. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for the support. The channel's been doing great. It's healthy, and I'm stoked about that. It's again, I'm looking forward to do more content, and I'll be there for the Switch 2 era. I've been doing this YouTube stuff for 5 years. We celebrated 5 years of this channel last month, so that's a lot. That is really a lot. I never thought I would be where I was today with this thing, so I'm stoked. So thank you all so much for joining. Have a great day, and